this state of despair, everything starts to look like a pumpkin. Last night was discouraging, but I haven't found my camouflage pumpkin. I'm hoping this one will get him. Now this is really the pride and joy of all my pumpkins. And they haven't taken it yet. Last night was discouraging, but we still haven't found it. I haven't found my camouflage pumpkin. Spoiler alert. Some of the pumpkins got returned. When I got back in the swing of things, I decided to throw $3 on a pumpkin, you know, for $6 pumpkin. You do the math. So you see, if you come through that window up top there, you can get the pumpkin into a secure location. You can't even see it. Is it safe to climb on top of the overhang of a building? No, but that is not something you consider when pumpkins have consumed your mind. Now, a lot of my pumpkins were getting taken. Presumably by Little Pumpkin. Now, I decided to write a little note to Little Pumpkin since talking to associates was not doing the job. Trying to go to bed.
Huh?
Trying to go to bed.
I'll see. Alright, 20 minutes.
Oh, alright. Yeah, I think I can make that happen.
What?
I think I can make that happen. 20 minutes.
Oh, you mean your thing? Yeah. Don't you leave in like 3 hours?
I do have to leave in 3 hours.
So you're actually doing it all later?
I think I'll probably end up doing an all-nighter. I don't know what my mother will say to that. The note didn't work as I planned. I had problems with impulse control back in junior high, and I think that in a new environment, it was hard for me to stick with those skills that I learned back in the day. What I didn't really realize at the time was that going up in a tall tree was not only really dangerous for my legs or whatever other part of my body could have been hurt going down. I not only did not consider the harm that I could have caused to myself, but I also didn't realize the harm I could have caused to others. I didn't think Little Pumpkin was going to be able to reach up in the tree, so I went for it. Not a good judgment call. I do admire the dedication that these pumpkin thieves have to taking every single pumpkin, but I really never wanted to put them in danger, and by tempting them by putting the pumpkins up in the tree, I did just that. Doc, what went down? What went down last night?
What the pumpkin?
The pumpkin
thieves?
The pumpkin thieves.
So
tell us.
I was walking back from the undercalf, you know what I'm saying? Typical Tuesday night, you know what I'm saying? And I looked down the hill, and in the tree where I saw you previously putting up the pumpkins, I saw a man leap into the tree like a jungle cat and start taking the pumpkins down. And his friends were assisting him, catching the pumpkins as he threw them down, stealing them basically is what I'm trying to say. To get the ones that were resting on top of the tree, he himself took his body and he jumped on top of the tree branch and he was straddling it like he was riding a horse or something. He was straddling it, and he took the pumpkins and he tossed them to his accomplices. And he then proceeded to fall out of the tree. And I watched this all happen, and as a citizen, I chose not to do anything about it. And I feel terrible.
You see, there's a little canine doggy over there. And there's a big fire truck here. This is what emergency resources should be used for. Not getting little boys down from trees. After we learned that someone had launched themselves into the tree to get these pumpkins, I was told that they ran off towards the baseball field, which is not really what I would expect. So we went around to take a look, because at that point I was having a lot of conflicting opinions on if this was one suspect or a multitude of different rooms in on the same gag. So we decided to do this. So I wanted to make sure, first of all, that these pumpkins were actually going to Hayes Hall. To do so... So I think a big key to really finding out who is taking these pumpkins is to find out for sure where they're going. So that's why we have this card that we're going to put inside a pumpkin to track, actually, where it's going. The thing is, I'm no doctor, so I don't really know how to fix an incision such as this. Well, I think I fixed them all up, but this is now a $36 pumpkin. I also decided to put out a pumpkin to try to decide how evil these people actually are. I wrote on a pumpkin, take this pumpkin if you're a murderer. And it got taken! So now we have them on the count of theft and murder. When the police get involved in this investigation, it's gonna be over. 10 to 15, at best. Now, first of all, I forgot how fun Photo Booth is. And second of all, the tracker did end up working. But we only got the general vicinity of the pumpkin. Not enough really to go and bust into someone's room for it. I found a little toy on the side of the road, so we decided to have a little gag with it, a little panoramic view pumpkin. It was a good time, to be honest. And no one actually took this pumpkin, which is the excellent part, because I found out that if you put a hole in the pumpkin, no one's going to want to take it, because they know it's going to rot. Which it currently is.
In my room.
Not in your room, it's outside. Now the hardest part of this operation is transporting the pumpkins from Trader Joe's to USF, and I have had some hiccups. Which I have learned from. Now, if you take 15 bags, it's almost guaranteed to keep your pumpkin safe and secure. And that's the tactic I've been using since then. So we're out here at a undisclosed location where I've set up a little meditation zone, maybe, for me to come and hang out, have a good time with my pumpkins. It's a little bit secret. You guys are able to find this, actually, by looking around. Seems as though no one has found the pumpkin, except for one person who took the only big pumpkin here. Whoever took the big pumpkin that was sitting on this step, I very much appreciate you not taking the rest of the pumpkins, because then I wouldn't have really had a place to come home to and unwind. So that's good pumpkin taking etiquette. I appreciate it. Now, one night I took a gander up to the 8th floor to take a look at the penthouse view, and I saw a pumpkin. Hey, I mean, I'm okay with relocation of pumpkins. Big news, folks. We just got our first returned pumpkin back, but I believe it is the one that came from the 9th floor. And promptly 3 hours later, it is gone. This kind of solidified my theory that there are a lot of people taking these pumpkins. The pumpkins that got returned are not the entirety of the pumpkin stash that is around USF at the moment. We still have children unaccounted for. Lil Pumpkin made a statement tonight on their Instagram, quote, at approximately 21:40 local time, at Lil Pumpkin successfully released 12 rehabilitated pumpkins back into the habitat surrounding Hayes Healy and Gilson Halls. These pumpkins have been readjusted to their surroundings and deemed safe to re-enter society after being rescued from Gilson Steps and surrounding areas where reports of suspicious activity and inhumane treatment caused to immediate action Come out, little Pumpkin. Too often,
Yeah.
pumpkins are the way for the enjoyment of humans, and little Pumpkin will not rest until all pumpkins are treated with the respect they deserve. Now, I take extreme offense to this, because when you have children, you don't abuse them. Now, I am all for free-range pumpkins, and that's why I put them outside in the sun to bask and enjoy the beautiful environment that is our world. Now, when pumpkins are taken and cooped up in a room, that'll lead to not very healthy pumpkins. While I understand Little Pumpkin is trying to keep these pumpkins safe in an environment and cage them up, that's not really how you treat a pumpkin. If there were some traumatic experiences that these pumpkins went through, and Little Pumpkin did help them through it, I very much appreciate that. And I also very much appreciate you guys returning them to me. And they will not stay here for long, they'll be out and about. But this is just the current stash spot. I would now like to hand it over to my anger translator.
Do you think that these 12 pumpkins felt good being trapped in a stranger's room away from their father for weeks and not in the open, where they could be surrounded by love and comfort and spookiness? University of San Francisco, is this what you want for your pumpkins? Do you want scared and tortured pumpkins to be out in your quad, or do you want free and beautiful, loving Halloween pumpkins out in your quad for everyone to enjoy?
No, you're supposed to go Cinder Hall and you get dead after. No, don't go fully.
Guess who's
what?
home?
What the fuck? You brought all of them back?
Oh, fuck, I don't know what else to do with them.
You could have left them out there.
I will.
What the fuck?
Whoa.
Yeah, bud.
Oh my gosh.
Alright, so this is a message for Little Pumpkin. On the corner of Market and 14th, I'm going to put a pumpkin up here on top of this renovated building. I want to test how strong your will is. If this pumpkin isn't gone by next week, I'm going to be very disappointed in you guys. I take it back. I don't want you guys to get hurt climbing up this scaffolding. So what you're going to want to do is climb down these stairs, alright? Down to Church Street, Muni. Once you guys come down this staircase, I'm going to want you to come over here past this corner where I've put the pumpkin right here, alright? I'm going to cover it up with the construction cone so no one else gets any ideas. Now if you guys don't come and take this pumpkin, I'm going to be very disappointed in your commitment to this cause. Now I don't feel comfortable sharing the video of me breaking down at the sight of my pumpkins being returned. But I'll tell you, I was gosh darn excited. Now, I think this concludes my search for Little Pumpkin, to be totally honest. I'm willing to take the loss on the rest of the pumpkins. I'm going to be putting these pumpkins outside for your enjoyment. Now look, I'm going to put these pumpkins back out in the environment. When you see these pumpkins out and about, you are free to take one of these pumpkins, or two, however many you want. You have a 3-day rental period to go and take a picture wherever you like with this pumpkin. You can be in the picture, you don't have to be in the picture. Either way, send the picture to @RealLittlePumpkin. And I'll tell you what, if you send in a picture with you and your pumpkin, I will give you one free pumpkin. I'm more about communism than anything else in this world. If you don't believe me, you got the right idea. That's about it, folks. Keep your eyes out for these pumpkins. Please try to participate. That'll be a good time. Here's an example of me posing for a picture with a pumpkin. Hey, so, sorry, by the way, if the pumpkins keep getting taken, no more fun Instagram free pumpkins. Thanks, bud. Additionally, I do have a Venmo, and I'd like to start paying off this debt. I have one patron already who is giving me $1 a day so far. I very much appreciate it, Amanda. If you're interested in donation, check that out. Other than that, Stay tuned for pumpkins. Alrighty folks, thanks for sticking around to the end. Down in the comments you can leave a little comment on your favorite fall time fruit. Mine is obviously the pumpkin. Healthy and nutritious. And surprisingly sweet. Have a good night. Hey, and there's my little friend back there. Hey bud. You're eating good tonight.